The next speaker is a Spanish journalist and also a former patient and survivor who was in that giant makeshift hospital in IFEMA Convention Center. Good morning, Jonan Basterra. I don't know if you can hear me. I think you are muted right now. Yeah, Jonan, we cannot hear you.
Okay, try now.
Yeah, perfect. So,
Sorry.
good morning.
Good morning, Hannah. Hola, Lola.
Hola.
Hola, Jonan. So, yeah, before continuing in Spanish, tell us, well, firstly, how do you feel right now? How are you? Because I think you're already at home, right?
I'm at home. I could work even if I have work. I could even now go out to the street like everybody in Spain in lockout moment. But my health is perfect. It's like before all of this.
So tell us, how long have you been in the hospital and how was your experience in this
I have
convention center that was transformed in a hospital? How was?
I have been in a hospital for 11 days, one in regular hospital, in Ramón y Cajal Hospital, one day, and 10 in IFEMA New Hospital.
Okay. How was there? Because I guess, well, everybody goes to a normal hospital, but suddenly everything happened.
Maybe
This,
if you run my presentation, I could tell you because I think it's very clear. So please
okay.
next.
So Jacob, can you help? Yeah.
This is me at the IFEMA Hospital.
Okay.
Okay. This is the distribution. It's a video. It's not running, but okay. This is the distribution. Go next, please. This is
Yeah.
the distribution of the night pavilion. We have 15 areas for the patients in white, with numbers with 1 to 15. Every area has a name of a town of Madrid. Okay, my area was the 15 for Labrada. We have also 8 ECUs, special care units. Only one was working. And also we have 4 areas for the medical staff and in dark gray, A, B, C, D, with the name of football Spanish soccer or football stadiums in Spain, like Santiago Bernabéu, Wanda Metropolitano, or Riazor. And this is the distribution of the areas in night pavilion. Please go next. Also a video that is not running, but okay, it's the same. Jacob, try to hit the spacebar. No, okay. No, it's not running. Okay, it's the same. Here you can see the control. It's a video, but okay. Here is the control of my area. Each control control about 50 patients. And around this area, we have the distribution of 6 beds, and in groups of 6 beds or 8 beds. Okay, go next. For instance, this is a typical distribution of 8 beds. We could share conversation with colleagues or mates in these rooms, and it's good because in these days, you know, everybody is not in quite good mood, and this also help us. No, go next, please. Other image of a room. Next. Here also, as you can see, we have oxygen in all the beds. This is very important because 99% of the patients use oxygen or needs oxygen. So it's not only to put beds and some goods. No, it's very complicated because in the floor there is kilometers of tubes with the oxygen. Next, please. More beds. and the control at the end. Next. This is a good patient. It's me. As you can see, we have a number and the number of our bed and our zone. And nurse this is Marta, a very best nurse, taking my blood pressure. Next. This is meals. We eat very well, maybe more better than in a regular hospital, because a catering company made the meals for all the patients. Go next, please. This is a patient with a nurse with the oxygen cylinder, because maybe this patient needs the oxygen to go to the bathroom. If you usually, for instance, in my case, I can take off my oxygen and go walking to the bathroom. But in this case, they decide to do walking, and sometimes they use wheelchairs. Next. This is an ICU unit. As you can see, the army is preparing all the things, because the army is one of the collective that is working in these facilities from the beginning. And in the night pavilion, only one, this one was working, and only with 8 maybe patients, because as you know, ICU units needs a lot of medical staff, and it's not for all the patients. Next. At the left, we can see the bathrooms. In IFEMA, we have the typical fair, the facilities of IFEMA, that are very, very big bathrooms, but also we have portable bathrooms from the army. This has 3 how to say, showers and 3 bathrooms, and they are very, very good. I have been in music festivals a lot of times in Europe even, and I haven't seen show this in a festival, music festival. I would cry a lot, because they are wonderful. Perfect. Next, please. This is the restaurant. It's a video, but it's okay. This is the typical restaurant of the fair, that was used for preparing meals for the medical staff and for the patients. This is also very convenient, because you have this infrastructure in the exhibition center of the IFEMA facilities. Next, please. This is a library, because one of the nurses, afterwards he's working all the night, he bring in all these books and magazines, okay? And it was amazing, because we have the first library only in my area, and at the end, 3 days later, they create a big one with tons of books, tons of magazines, newspapers, and even an English section with books in English, because it was amazing. I don't know how many books, but a lot of books. This is the first one, the particular one for my area, with books, magazines, etc. Next,
I would
please.
like to ask you, Jonan, sorry, before continue, I would like to ask you, you
Yeah,
said NARS created this library,
yeah.
but these books, how did she get it? They were their own
He get
books,
for
or
his own house, and
oh,
lecture club or something like this. Okay, a reading club.
okay,
Okay.
okay,
Some of his friends. The big one was mounted with particular on or book shops donations, but this little one was only for the force of this amazing nurse. His name is Ana
okay.
Ruiz. He's a very, very good nurse and amazing person. This is at the 8th of the night in Spain. As you know, we applause to the or doctors or nurses or other people working, and there in IFEMA also we applause for them. Next. This is my bed table, a table behind my my bed. That one night, other amazing nurse put us this kind of tables made of cardboard boxes, and my things not in the floor. My telephone, my inhalator, or my things was in a table, not in the floor, because one nurse decided to put this for us. Next. Telephones are was of the library also things that we have for distraction. So this is the very typical stamp or a very typical photo there in IFEMA. People using their phones with video calls, with social media, with some people even watching TV or series. And the telephone was an amazing companion these days. We have plugs to recharge them in all the beds. So in this sense, this is also perfect. Next. This is me at the Spanish media as a journalist infiltrated, or as a journalist in the field of the war. I was interviewing with all the Spanish TV because with my telephone also I could get in live or make videos for these TVs. I have made about 50 or 60 interviews in all. I have talked with Sky News, with AP, with Reuters, with a lot of people, not only in Spain and not only TVs in Spain, but also worldwide. For me, it was important because the information that I gave was in first person and living the situation, and this also was very good for the families that are frightened because they have husband, fathers, brothers, or whatever they are in IFEMA, and this was very important. I do for this. Next. Okay, me and Sky News. Very good interview. Next. And me at the end with well, not at the end. This is in one of the worst days, but at this moment I don't know. I have discovered that I was not so good in some days, and this is one of these because I wear an oxygen mask, not the simple way of this mask that is the typical tubes, little tubes in the nose. But I'm okay. I survived. I passed, and I'm very happy. But about of all of the experience, and I'm very proud of my country, of my army, of the people that have made this field or makeshift hospital in maybe in hours, in a few days, and I'm very proud of all of them, and I'm very happy for have living this experience.
I would like to mention something that is really impressive, that someone who just left the hospital, that you, for sure, even you're so optimistic, I think you lived some moments that were good, other that wasn't. And yeah, it's really nice to hear you and say thank you to the nurses. I follow you on social media, and I see that you are in touch, right, with some of the patients that are already in the
Mhm.
hospital with the families. How are they?
All
Some of
my
them.
all my mates in IFEMA, they are 12 in all, because
Okay.
as I has been in TV stations, some people contact me for social media and tell, oh, for instance, my father is there. Could you have a look? I say no. Maybe it's more important that you see him. And I use my phone, put them in video conferencing, and they see his father or whatever. And so in all, I have met 12 people. All of them are in their house right now. Okay, and I'm very happy
Okay.
for this. I have been in contact with him or with his family all these days until I know now that everybody is out. Remember that in IFEMA, the patients that I derived here are less serious. Okay, sometimes is you arrive less serious and get serious, but usually they go ahead and go home. Okay, and I do this because I haven't any more to do, really. Than as a journalist, as a vocational journalist, you are in the place of the news. Nobody can go in. No, there is not the journalist is not allowed to go in. So I made my job. It was my way to help, because when you see that, for instance, the library, or for instance the tables, that everybody is giving more than 100%, you say, well, and what about me? For me, the way to help was telling the things and helping people to have to are in contact with his friend and with his family.
You said that you appeared in 40, 50 television, so I guess when you came back to your house, the neighbors suddenly thought, okay, this is Jonan. Jonan is fine. How was that back
I
to the
I
real
have
life?
in I don't know saying in camera, but this is a card for some of my neighbors. First day at home. I was in TV, and when I finished the TV in La Sexta in Spain with Mame Mendizabal, suddenly the doorbell of my house sounds, and I say, "Oops, I can go out." I look for the, I don't know how to say in English, the mirilla, the little eye, and see, oh, these are my neighbors, and say, sorry, I can go out. And say, no, I know, we know. Do you have meals? Do you need something? Do you maybe we could make your shops? Oh, no, it's okay. I have everything. Thank you very much. And the next day, other neighbors made me this card that telling me the same. Uh, I was not worried about my because nobody knows me without the mask. But at the end, also the TVs, I also appears in the TV with the mask. And the first time that I go out for the applause at the evening, some of my neighbors says, "Hey, I have seen you on TV." Okay, I say, "Okay." That's all for now. Okay.
Well, it's impressive and really, and your experience and what you said. Sometimes media try to focus in not the negative, but maybe the more, I don't know, yeah, these aspects. And when you are a relative and you are in your house waiting for a patient, yeah, it's really important to have this other point of view, a person who is living there like a journalist, but also like a patient, and all these
I,
positive things that happen in the library.
I agree with this, because also I have discovered that as you say, only the negative things are telling in the news. That is not it's normal, okay. But I was telling, for instance, in coronavirus we have three big numbers. The great big number is the people that has get contagious, okay. There is a very bad and very sad number, that is the people that dead, okay, and it's very, very sad. But there is another big number, that is the people that recover, okay. And in the newspapers and in the TV station, they are not talking about these people. And most of the people that get coronavirus survive and pass. And this is important to tell to the people, because people say, oh my god, my whatever father, whatever, has get the illness, is going to die. Maybe not. He is not an old person. He has in a bad health, in a good health, sorry. He could survive, and the most of the people that get the virus survive. And I was surprised, because nobody's telling this. Okay, I'm going to tell this.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Jonan. And also today, that is a celebration day because it's a superhero day, but also because we are launching this project that the name is Radar. And we are a team of reporters in different parts of the world searching, looking for positive responses. And it's amazing that, yeah, we found like 300 because we started like some weeks ago, but there are really, really nice initiatives happening around. And yeah, you see that nobody talk about it, that they appear in local media. Uh, and for sure, the challenges are important to cover, but also all these things that can inspire other people in other countries. Yes, Hania, sorry, I thought.
Yeah, exactly. No, I was going to support you, Lola, that actually like it helps us as well. It's not about just kind of reporting that everything is good, because it's not. But we have to give some hope. We have to also show that, you know, there is you know, there is a reason to, I don't know, celebrate something or say something good, and it will just help us as well.
As you know, the reality is polyedric, okay? And you have bad things, regular things, and good things. But in this, we must tell everything. And for instance, this you are doing this. For instance, a lot of some minutes ago, I have seen the Italian guys that made an amazing project adapting the snorkel mask. Here in Spain, also we have a project like this, and that is collaborating with most diving. One of the most, the best diving companies, that is an Italian company, Crazy, that has donated 1,000 of masks. And here in Spain, they are sending to all the hospitals, okay? And the makers collective are collaborating a lot. And there is a lot of people doing very good things. And this is also important, because this is another contagious, and this is very positive. Now I say to in the newspaper and in the media that I get contagious of other illness, but I don't want to be well of this illness, because this is the illness of solidarity, okay? And this is amazing, because the world is giving the best of everybody, and if everybody pushes in the same direction, it's amazing that things that we could get. If everybody fight for different directions, this is not going to work. And the most important is the persons, the people. This is the most important, not the things that separate us, or the things that don't help us. We must to work together.
Thank you so much, Jonan. Yeah, I totally agree with everything that you said. Yeah, it's really, as you say, contagious, this kind of positive attitude. One of these persons that also are doing really amazing things in Portugal, that I think she is with us, but I cannot see her right now, Florencia. Okay.
I'm here.
He's back.
Hello.
Hi.
So thank you, Jonan. We moved from Spain to Portugal, but we are nearby.
Let's go, Portugal.